There's something strange about being alone at night. The silence is never truly silent, the darkness is never truly dark. And sometimes, just sometimes, you feel watched. This is exactly what happened to Daniel. Daniel had just moved into his new apartment, a cheap one-bedroom rental in an old building downtown. The place had history, the kind no one talked about. From the moment he stepped inside, something felt off. The air was heavy. The lights flickered, but only in his unit. And worst of all, there was the corner. The far left corner of his bedroom. A place where the shadows never fully disappeared, no matter how much light was in the room. It was always darker than it should be. At first he ignored it. Just a trick of the eye, he told himself. Just shadows, until the first night. 1:23 a.m. Daniel woke up with a start, his heart pounding. He didn't know why, no nightmares, no sounds, just an overwhelming feeling that something was wrong. His eyes drifted to the corner, and then he saw it, a shape. A figure standing in the darkness, just barely visible. Not moving, not breathing, just there. Daniel stared, frozen. His mind screamed at him to run, to move, to do anything, but he couldn't. The air was thick, suffocating. The room felt like it was shrinking, pulling him toward the corner. And then it moved. Just slightly. A shift in the darkness. Daniel scrambled for the lamp, his fingers trembling. He fumbled with the switch. Click. Light flooded the room. The corner was empty. Nothing there. But Daniel knew what he saw. He left the light on the rest of the night. The next day he convinced himself it was just his imagination. Maybe he was tired, maybe the stress of moving was getting to him, but that night it happened again. 3:07 a.m. This time he wasn't asleep. He had been lying in bed scrolling on his phone when he felt it, the shift in the air, the sudden heaviness pressing against his chest. Slowly, he turned his head. The corner, the shadow was back. But it wasn't just standing this time. It was closer, a foot out of the corner, like it had started to step forward, but stopped the moment he looked. Daniel couldn't breathe. He couldn't think. He wanted to run, but his body refused to move. And then, a whisper right next to his ear. "You see me now." Daniel leapt out of bed, running straight for the door, not looking back. He spent the night in his car, shaking, heart racing. The next morning he went back. His bedroom door was open. He was sure he had slammed it shut, and when he stepped inside, he saw something carved into the wall. Right in the corner, 4 words, "Turn off the light." That was the last night Daniel slept in that apartment. He left everything behind. Clothes, furniture, even his phone. And to this day, he never tells anyone why he refuses to sleep in the dark. But sometimes, when he glances at dark corners, he swears it's still there, watching, waiting.